Hey, good morning, everyone. Rory Powers, Right Line Trading. This broadcast is for demonstration educational purposes only. It's important to know that we're not offering any type of trading advice here today. This is for demonstration and educational purposes only. If you're not familiar with the risks associated with trading, please consult with a licensed financial advisor. Hey, good morning, everybody. Hope you had a nice evening. It is Thursday, October 16th. By the grace of God, we are here today. That's the good news. Hallelujah. Let's take a look at the Forex Factory and see what type of economic news reports are going to be coming out while we're trading today. We try to stay away from those unpleasant surprises. Good morning, Willie. Willie. Michael. Okay, let's take a look. Good morning. I'll tell you, it's a miracle I found my way to my desk here this morning. I had that procedure on my eye, and things are a little blurry this morning, let me tell you. So let's take a quick. Let me try to find the news reports. At 8:30 this morning, we had one come out, an orange folder, the Philly Fed Manufacturing Index. Let's take a quick look and see what it said. Philly Fed. That was about an hour. What about 8:30? Almost an hour ago. Canada housing. Cutting rates in the face of conflicting data. So Fed's Waller is backing October rate cuts in his speech today. That's good news. Um, I don't see anything that's going to really affect our trading this morning. I see a bunch of FOMC members speaking at 9 a.m. That can always affect us, depending on what they say. 10 a.m., a few more yellow folders. 10:30, natural gas storage. And that's about it. Thank you. Appreciate that, Michael. Okay. If today's your first day joining us, I want to say welcome and thank you. We're very pleased to have you here today. And what we're going to be showcasing is our automated trading bots that trade on the NinjaTrader 8 platform. Once these bots are enabled, they will execute and manage the trades on our behalf. We are working on a ChatGPT integration. And this morning, I did put this week's results in. And what we found is that the top bots for this week so far are the NQ20 Unarenko Sniper. Now, listen, it's important to know that from computer to computer, sometimes the results vary to different degrees. And there's a number of factors that can be attributed to the variation. Um, Number two, the NASDAQ 30 range leapfrog, which is very similar to our power play. I've integrated the leapfrog technology, that trade management feature, into our power play. So the leapfrog crushing it this week. The NQ30 one-day pass and the ES30 range one-day pass are both doing very well. The ES Star Bot and Drone are also on my leaderboard. So this gives us a good indication as to what is trading the best and a very short look back. What I can do is I could take my trade copier, and this is my 30 range Starbot. I could put my top performers on a tab of my trade copier. So this is my ES 30 range star. This 30 range star bot, my ATM is risking 25 ticks on the E-mini, and it's going for a 100 tick profit target, and I've integrated the leapfrog into it. Okay. I have the stop coming to break even plus 25 once the trade goes 50 ticks. So I'm playing a little more conservatively than it comes out of the box. All right. The NQ Power Play is my second tab. And my third tab is the number one bot for the week so far, the Sniper. That's based on the performance of this week. Now, if I want to do a much shorter look back and say, well, what have you done for me lately, like within the last few hours, I look at my leaderboard. My leaderboard tells me that the haymaker likes this current trading environment. Let's take a look at and see what happened prior to us opening the room this morning. I know yesterday we took a really nice leg. Looks like we took starting at what time was it? 10:50. Right after we signed off, we had that huge move to the downside. It always happens, doesn't it? And then since yesterday afternoon, it's been slowly working its way back up to where we started yesterday, right? Let's take a look at the E-mini. So you can see our 50 moving average is green and sloping up, signifying that we're in a long trade. Through the London session, even the Asian session, the market went up. I like to do the same thing on the E-mini, just so we could see. Here's midnight right here. Same story with the E-mini, just a slow, steady move up. By no means has it been a straight line. It's been choppy, but headed up. I don't think it's a big surprise that the 20 Unirenko so far is the leading bot for the week. With as choppy as it's been, that 20 Unirenko does a really nice job of eliminating the static. It's a very smooth chart, the 20 Unirenko. That's the one that we see here. Those are very big bars. Each bar in the direction of the trend signifies 20 ticks. Each new bar, green bar, going up is 20 ticks to the upside. In order for it to completely reverse from the wick to the candle closing to the downside is actually 120 ticks. Hey, Rao. Man, I love your idea. We're all for it. So the market's going to open in about 2 minutes. We know that the market had a nice move up pre-market. We could get the market doesn't like those gaps. We could get a move down at the open to fill in that gap. And then it's anybody's guess as to which way it's going to go. Hey, good morning, Ray Ray. Thanks for joining us. So that 20U sniper is hot, hot, hot. Let's put it on the 20U sniper. I also like to look and see when. When has it been doing good? I think that's important information. What I mean by when is if I go to my analysis on my trade performance. I'm going to change it to analysis, and I'm going to put on that sniper. And then instead of looking at weekly, I'm going to put it on the half hour of the day and change it to entry time. And when it's been doing the best is really 11 a.m., starting at 11. And it likes that last half hour, last hour of the market. From 3:30 to 4, it does very well. So not so much in the beginning of the market. Once it settles down, then it really kicks in. Let's take a look at our optimization of the ES30 range. Ten thirty. The bot. Yep. Not so good at first. All right. Good luck, everybody. Let's find ourselves a winner. Our 20 Unorenko right at the open is bouncing off our 50. It's giving us the old head fake short. Hey, good morning, Sonia. Which bot is not working? There's a few reasons. Yes, please let me know which bot it is. There's a few different reasons why a bot won't trade. Which bot is it? The time setting is one reason, yes. Your daily profit limit and daily loss limit is another reason it'll stop trading. Data feed issues, lag time is another issue. It's always a good practice on your control center to look at your log. The log always tells the answers. You might see a reason why it didn't execute. Look at this pop to the upside. 932. Look at that. Resistance is now support. Bam. Stopped it out. Okay. Wow. That power play is taking a beating. The haymaker might be a better option. I'm going to switch over to the haymaker. Big Texas is calling in. Okay, we're in. We're in the haymaker long. Let's give it a clear shot right to our profit target. Didn't copy the trade. Oh, that's the power play. Oh, darn. I switched it at the last second. If none of them are working, then I would disable them all and re-enable them. Check your connection, your data feed connection. If none of them are trading, Sonia, it's not the time. It's most likely your connection, your data. I would disable everything, disconnect, reconnect, re-enable, maybe even restart your Ninja. Okay, the haymaker just went short. Interesting. Very interesting trade. Took it out on a smart stop. Let me reset it. Okay, we're going to wait for the market to find a direction and for it to start moving really nicely. Our leaderboard, we have the ES30 one-day pass and the haymaker. There's nothing else. Nothing. The haymaker is a very good strategy when there's volatility. Big moves up and down. Catches those signal A's very nicely. The Starbot is in. That's our ES30 range. Just broke below the VWAP. Took off short. Gold is trading at $4,268 an ounce with really nice volume, just under 1,000 contracts a minute on gold. Market's just chopping around. We're going to be patient and wait for some really nice price action. Let's wait for a really nice move. Okay, great, Sonia. Ah, Gerald. Sorry to hear that, Gerald. Usually, if you had a 5, you'll get 1 or 2. That's really unlucky, my friend. Let's see if we get some follow through the downside. So far, the market's been completely untradeable, with exception to gold. Gold is, I'm watching it out of the corner of my eye, which isn't seeing too good to begin with. Here it comes. All right. haymaker. Oh, wow. Nice trade. Oh, that haymaker. What a beautiful trade that was. Oh, man. Oh, wow. I love the way it managed that. Did you see that? What a beautiful trade. Well managed. That just gained my confidence so much. I'm going to go from the power play. I loved watching the way it managed that trade. That was a thing of beauty. Our ES30 moneymaker is in. Our 30 range Starbot is in. Here comes a 20U short. Things are heating up on this move down. Gold's headed up. Index equities headed down. Took it out on a smart stop. What a beautiful haymaker trade that was. See if we get another short roll for the haymaker. I've got a gold chart that I just brought up. Gold just has a $500 trade in. It's trading an 8 Unarenko bar on this particular strategy. Look at gold. Excuse me. Does gold go to 5,000? I would at this pace. I wouldn't be surprised. Curious. I wonder what silver's been doing. Let's see if we break through resistance here. Oh, here we go. This could be a leg up. Let's see if we can jump in the sniper long. All right. Congratulations. It's always nice winning something, ain't it? Come on, let's get a push up. Let's make sure these are enabled. Ah, man almighty. All right, come down a little further. Let's see if we can get this haymaker on. Our RSI line came down. Let's see if we can get this haymaker on a bounce off the 50. We got a pullback. That's what we needed for the haymaker to get in, a retracement. Let's get a big bounce to the upside now. I'm surprised with this volatility we don't see Steven come to the top. That 8U on the NQ loves this. Ooh, we're in something. That must be the, oh, that's the sniper. We just jumped in the sniper. Come on down. Take a big leg down. Let's go. All right, we just locked in. We just took all the risk off of the trade. Don't come back and stop me out. Ah, came back and stopped me out. Here comes a haymaker short. One more down candle. Here we go. We're in. Haymaker short. I'm going to put it right above support. Push down. Push down. Come on down. There you go. Come on down. Come on down. Come on down. All right. Well, I hit my profit goal at 250. So I'm going to stop there. I am down for the week, but I'm not going to win it all back in one day. So I'm just going to stay there. Look at that. It wicked me out. And then it just went, it got, oh, you know what took me out was the candlestick pattern recognition. It didn't like this bullish bar or I'd still be in this move. But that's okay. That's okay. I don't know why my Apex 62 did not take that trade. Oh, 63 and 4 did. Okay. Yeah, I caught that big move down yesterday, Rao. Yes, leapfrog. Well, remember, I put the leapfrog trade management on my power play. Gold is back in long. I've also put the leapfrog on my gold. Look at Sniper. Sniper went long on that counter trend. The 20U Sniper. Let's put our haymaker right above support. See, this is a perfect example. People always ask me, hey, can I trade multiple bots simultaneously on the same account? Um, by trading the NASDAQ 30 range and the 20 Unirenko, there's a chance to get into a conflicting position. And this is a perfect example of it here. You see our NASDAQ 30 range took a short. The RSI line broke down through the 80%, but the sniper went long. So had you been trading both of those, you'd be in a conflicting position. One would be long and one would be short. One solution to that is if you're going to trade two NASDAQ strategies, on different time frames. Use the micro on one, or trade two different instruments altogether. Okay, gold short. It's leapfrogging. Look at the sniper. Look at the sniper. Top performing bot of the week. Hey, David. Good morning. Thanks for joining us. We have an integration for trade management, which is called the leapfrog. The leapfrog, the way it works with the leapfrog, David, is once the trade matures, and it comes, for example, on the power play, we have it at 25. We have a profit window at 25 ticks, meaning if our profit target is 100, once we're 25 ticks away from the profit target, our stop jumps up and it comes 25 ticks behind price. When that happens, it puts us in a leapfrog where our stop and our profit target, as the trade matures, will continue to bounce up and lock in an endless amount, an unlimited number of leapfrogs to lock in more and more gains. In fact, yesterday we had a trade. Let me see if I could show it. That really gives you a great example of the leapfrog in action. Let's put on the power. Let's put on the leapfrog. Now, if this trade was to mature to the upside, let's see. This is the leapfrog strategy on my right. We had a trade yesterday that was just an incredible leapfrog. Let me see if I can find it. Hey, good morning. Um, this trade yesterday. This is the recording from yesterday, David. Yeah, they're trailing stops, and a little unique to a trailing stop, but it is a trailing stop.
Reasons that cause
But what makes it unique is your profit target is also jumping.
up nicely.
If you watch the way this trade is managed, once I'm 25 ticks from my profit target,
upside, this one could go for a ride.
the stop goes to plus 50. And then my stop and my profit target will both jump together. So it is a trailing stop, but it's also
it's important that
a progressing profit target.
When you're experiencing lag. So I'm going to put a link in the room. We're in a leapfrog. Here we go. Now we've got a
You got
potential
it?
for a
You
home run
understand what I'm
trade
saying?
here.
Let me let it run one time.
I closed out of it early. I was
Now
in
my
this straight.
stop and my profit
Trying
target
to
as
fight
this
my way
trade
back.
matures now are going to continue to lock in profits. So, the biggest knock, the biggest issue that we as futures traders have is our risk to reward. Our trade management is skewed to where our losers are bigger than our winners. What this
Oh,
does
man
is it kind of gives you the
almighty. Look
potential
at
for
this beauty
a home
go.
run on every entry.
All right, that changes the whole trajectory of the trading day when you get
Hey,
into a
Pablo,
trade
thanks
that
for
gets
joining
into
us. I'm
this
not sure what
leapfrog
that means.
and you get the meat of the move. And it just keeps locking in profit. It erases to.
Oh, wow. I just read that, Michael. God bless. About your mother's procedure. Thank God she's doing much better. 86. What a blessing. Haymaker's back in. Let's go back to the Haymaker. The Haymaker caught our attention from the beginning of the session. It was on our leaderboard. I got multiple actually, Duke. I did it twice. I bought the extra connections. I think it was, I can't remember how many I got. I think I can make 4 connections if I'm not mistaken. With with Ninja, you can do unlimited connections with Tradeovate. In hindsight, I think I made a mistake going with Rhythmic. Tradeovate doesn't have the same issues that Rhythmic has. Rhythmic, you probably know already, you can only do on Ninja one connection simultaneously with Rhythmic. With Tradeovate, you can have an unlimited number of Tradeovate connections on Ninja. And I think that's because Ninja owns Tradeovate. They're going to give them certain advantages. And the order handling on Tradeovate is far superior than Rhythmic. Here we go. The Haymaker's headed down. Let's put it right above. It's just like the trade that happened earlier. Nice short roll on the Haymaker. A Al's copier. I'm using affordable indicators. There's no perfect tool I've found when it comes to a copier. And when it comes to anything, the perfect tool doesn't exist. Every tool, every indicator, every automated bot is going to have its nuances and its shortcomings. With that being said, I use Joe Wise's affordable indicators. We have a lot of members that use Replicanto. RAW, it uses the free copy, the free copier off of the NinjaTrader ecosystem. I've heard him talk about. The ETP trade copier has some advantages, but last I heard they were working on an update that they were having some order handling issues with Rhythmic. Look at this. Look at this gold leapfrog. The gold is leapfrogging to the upside now. This gold has just been on an absolute tear. It's not our most consistent strategy. Yeah, the Ninja's copier is in their ecosystem. It's a free trade copier. It's generic looking. Not many bells and whistles, but from what I understand, it as a copier it does well. Affordable indicators, yes, David. Thank you. I personally like Joel. He's a great guy. I have nothing but good things to say about him. ETP is kind of tricky, yes. There's a lot of banana peels to slip on. A monster gold trade. I don't, Michael. I was telling you yesterday. I know it has bells and whistles galore, but I'd really just use it as very simple, just the way you see me doing it. I know there's a number of, like I said, bells and whistles on it that I don't use. Sniper back in. This is our top performing bot of the week so far. The 20U. If it pushes a little lower, it's going to lock in another leg of profits. I believe it's taken all of the risk off of the trade and locked in a nominal gain. It's trying to give it some room to mature. Unfortunately, it didn't happen. Gold back in long. It's already leapfrogging. It took all the risk off. We're in this long with no risk. Very little risk. I take that back. I did see the stop jump up. It's minus 680 though. The problem with this gold is it just pulls in too many losers. Let me show you this week's performance on gold. When gold does good, It's very early in the morning, from midnight to about 5:30 a.m. This window here, it crushes it. When I wake up in the morning, this gold bot is always in profits. And then what happens is after 5:30, it just gets it gets hammered. It pulls in so many losers. But it does have a beautiful window between 12 a.m. and 5:30 a.m. that it does extremely well. I could put it on there. I don't think it is. I think I changed it, but I think Mark's told me that he had a 30 range. We're trying to find the right data series, the right bar size to trade it. He told me he has a 30 range that is doing really well. But I could certainly share this 8 Unarenko. It just pulls in a lot of losers, Mike. It's a work in progress. Well, our bots do. You know, we can program that bot. That's kind of how our technology works. I'm just running a drone really that runs 23 hours. If I run it in tandem with a bot, the bot will automatically only trade during those hours of the day that it does well. So we kind of have that integrated into our system. I'm just running it wide open so I can see when it does the best, just from my own personal knowledge. But armed with that information, I can go to my strategies tab. Um, Let me close the trade. And I can go to edit strategy. And I could very easily just trade it from 12 a.m. to 5:30 a.m. And this is hard coded for Eastern time. So regardless of where you are in the world or country, it's going to be on New York time, Eastern time. So now this bot on gold will only trade during those times of the day that my performance justifies it. It has a 20 tick profit target that keeps leapfrogging. And it starts with a 30 tick initial stop. But once it goes 10 ticks, it starts leapfrogging immediately. Agreed. Yes, for sure. There's definitely an advantage of knowing, without doing that, we wouldn't have this intel, this information. That's, how our drone bot drone tandem works. Our drone is kind of what it sounds like. It gets a bird's eye view of the entire trading environment, the entire trading session. It runs 23 hours a day, has a very liberal stop and liberal profit target, and it learns the average true range of the market. It also learns what times of the day it trades the best, and it shares that information with a bot that will adjust dynamically and optimize itself. Gold is coming back. It's coming up on 4,300. At this pace, by November, by this time in November, we'll be at 5,000. And gold is starting to go up like crypto, like Bitcoin. Hey, there's the Kush. Good morning. Good morning, Kush. Good to see you. I was in David's presentation, David Kushner. I was in his presentation last night. Really, some great information. If you get a chance, on our YouTube channel, I'll show it to you really quick. Some really great information regarding what we were talking about just a few minutes ago about risk to reward. And very interestingly, he has a slide that shows you what your winning percentage has to be if you're upside down on your risk to reward ratio. If you don't let those winners run, you got to win an enormous percentage of trades to be profitable. And David did a really great job last night of illustrating that. His presentation it's on our YouTube channel. It's how to achieve consistent prop trading profits. And David has his prop trading room that he trades every morning. On our channel, the front of our channel, I think the way you'll see it, it'll be right here. Exactly. You got it, Mike. You got it, brother. Well, I'll tell you, the bots did extremely well this morning. Looking at the data and making those decisions based on the data, we saw the haymaker, the sniper. I was able to pull in about $250 across all 5 accounts. Even a half blind man. They say even a blind squirrel can find a nut. Well, today, even a half blind man, with the help of these bots, did well. I always like to give away the lagometer. Let me see if I can find my link. Hopefully. Here we go, getting another leg up. Retirement plan is another one. Let me tell you, the retirement plan is a real sleeper. It's a 2-minute data series. It doesn't get caught up in the whipsaw, and it's also a signal A, looking for reversals, but it won't take a counter trend trade. It takes a pullback and go. The 2-minute, the data series this bot is looking at is right here. It's this 2-minute. And you could see when my RSI line broke above the 20% with a green 50, it took off long. And it locked in a little bit of a gain there. Gerald. I love that guy. Gerald is such a great guy. You know, you got to root for Gerald. You can't help yourself. You know, it's like the underdog. You always want the underdog to win. That's Gerald. He is the ultimate underdog. All right, let me pull up my. I'm going to pull up my lagometer. I always like to put this in the chat. This tool that you see here is a must-have for traders. We give it away for free. We like to give our viewers here on YouTube a free gift, and this is the ultimate gift for traders because what it does is it measures lag. Um, I can't tell you how important this is. The visual representation of where price is probably the most important thing on your trading chart. You need it to be accurate. What you're seeing can't be an optical illusion because you're betting money on certain very precise levels and prices that you want to get in and out. If what you're seeing isn't what you're really getting, you're going to lose your money, and we're going to lose our money. I've done it. I can't tell you how many times. I've gotten into trades that I thought I was looking at where price really was, but it was behind a few seconds. And on the NASDAQ, a few seconds. Oh my goodness. I mean, the whipsaw that this thing has in 2 seconds, it could be, 5 points very quickly. I'm going to show you. Let's do it. I'm going to put the link in first, and then I'll show you how to set it up. It's very simple. It's for NinjaTrader. It's compatible with NinjaTrader. I have to paste the link on a notepad first, or it doesn't come through. That's the delay. I'm sorry. Okay. Okay. The way it works, David, is if you click on that page, you'll put in your email address and you'll get instant delivery, instant access. Once you receive the lagometer, what you'll do is you'll import it just like a regular indicator. You'll download it and save it on your control center, download and save it on your computer, excuse me, and then you'll import it into the control center. And I'm showing you the path, just like any other indicator. Tools, import, NinjaScript add-on, and you'll import it. Once it imports successfully, the only thing you'll need to do is go to New, Market Analyzer, and this is going to pop up. And you would just right-click, go to Templates, Load, and you're going to load that RLT lagometer. And you may have to remove some of the rows that are, I need to fix it. Some of the instruments are on last month's contract dates. So you might have to remove a row. Like if this was last month's, I could right click on it and select remove row. So when you load the template, if some instruments come up that aren't recent, that are out of date, you just simply right click on it and select remove row. Very simple. If you don't have this lagometer, please do yourself a favor. We're not selling it, we're giving it away. I'm telling you, it's so important. Another thing I wanted to mention, talking about lag, is if you do find that you're getting like 0.4 or zero point 0.5, a half a second up to a tenth of a second. Excuse me. Let me rephrase that. From a half a second to a full second of lag, you find that you're just getting lag. Very common. I'm telling you, 9 out of 10 people don't know it, is they call it the atomic clock synchronization. Not an atomic bomb. It sounds like, an atomic bomb. That's not what it is. It's the atomic clock. A lot of our computers aren't synchronized, and it's just off by a half a second or a second, which can really make the difference between a winning and a losing trade in a fast moving market. Um, and there is a free download online that you can run for the atomic clock synchronization. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to tomorrow, if I can't get to it today, by tomorrow, I'm going to add it onto my lagometer page that I always put in. The lagometer page is right here, and you can download it. I'm going to add, with Sergio's help, into the zip file. I'm going to add the atomic clock synchronization. So you'll have that just in case once you load it, you are getting lag. That's a very common reason, but there's others. There's others. Another big cause of it is the trading indicators that we use sometimes use a lot of resources. Sometimes we load too much data. If you right click your chart and go to your data series, the amount of data that you're loading on your charts can also play a role in lag. I keep my bars, I load instead of 3 days, 500 bars. On these short time frames, these small bars, 3 days in this volatility could mean 1,000,000 bars. And if you have 5 or 10 charts open, you're going to get lag. There's no way around it. I remember you were telling me yesterday, Mike. All right. Well, tomorrow's Friday. God willing, we're going to be back. Hold on just a moment. Okay, my apologies, everybody. All right. I want to thank everybody for joining me today. We're going to be back tomorrow, God willing. Same time, same place. Let's just take a look back and see how the system did this morning. Which bots performed well? The ES30 range is really one of our most consistent, I should say, because with a 1 day pass, that's a very aggressive strategy. It tries to pass a prop trading eval in one trade. So it's extremely aggressive. In one trade, you'll either pass or fail. You do run the risk of losing five in a row. Potentially, you could win five in a row. But what we found is on this ES30 range or the NASDAQ 30 range, statistically, it's about 1 out of 3, about 33%. The Haymaker made about $500 today. The retirement plan, 350. The Sniper continued its ways of profitable week at 281. And I was able to use my copier on a couple of entries. I believe I copied the Haymaker, a 30 range on the NASDAQ, and I was in a small winner on the NASDAQ 20U on the Sniper. Well, I read your question, David, and with so many to choose from, I don't know how someone knows which ones to pick on a daily basis. The way our methodology works, maybe you missed the very beginning, but what I did was we really let the data dictate the ones that we pick to choose. We have on our control center what we refer to as our leaderboard. This tells us which bots are performing the best in the current trading session. But NinjaTrader also has a very powerful trade performance metric that allows us to look back at each individual bot over the month or 2 months or 3 months and see which bots statistically perform the best. And usually those are the bots that we choose to trade our live accounts. So we make data-based decisions. We're going to be releasing here in the next week our ChatGPT model, which is going to connect directly to your NinjaTrader database, and it's going to tell you each day which bots are performing the best, when they're performing the best, and it's going to give you an idea of which one to trade today. It's going to tell you. That's how I picked the ones today. It wasn't out of thin air. I looked at the bots that were performing the best, and it told me that my number one bot was my NQ20U Sniper. My 30 range on the NASDAQ was number 2. My 30 range on the ES was number 3. And you'll find that these are very consistent bots. This isn't an outlier with these bots. These are always the same bots that are on my leaderboard day after day. So it's not a big mystery which one to trade. We trade the ones that perform the best. Are all of our bots winning? No. If I scroll to the bottom, you'll see that we have a lot of bots are losing, which is a good thing. These are the bots we know we're not going to trade. We'd be crazy to copy the trades that are losing, the bots that are losing. We'd be crazy to copy these bots. They're getting crushed. So it slims down which bots that we should focus in on. So we let our historical performance make those decisions. It's not a foolproof. It's not a 100% system. There never is going to be a holy grail with 100% accuracy, but it does provide us with an edge. With leveraging this ChatGPT model that we're going to be releasing here, it's going to tell you, it's going to be able to connect your ChatGPT will connect with outside sources, not only your NinjaTrader database, but it'll connect with the Forex Factory, with other websites that provide a macro look at market sentiment. It's going to look at earnings reports. It's going to look at news reports. And based on whether those are beats or misses, it's going to provide you with ideas of which bots to trade and when, based on the data that it's collecting from these outside connections. So that's where we're headed with this AI integration. So it will be fully automated in the very near future as to which bot to trade. It's going to tell you right on the ChatGPT. You're going to have our API on ChatGPT. You'll be able to connect to our API, which has endpoints on a number of different websites, including your NinjaTrader database that's running on your computer. And it's going to make context-aware recommendations that you'll either have to accept or not to do anything at all, and it won't take them. But with the click of a mouse, you'll be able to accept it, and it will automatically trade your live or your prop accounts on the bot that it recommends, and it's going to quantify the reason. It'll say, hey, Jerome Powell just cut interest rates yesterday, and the NASDAQ, the market sentiment on the NASDAQ is very bullish. So it's going to recommend, hey, trade this bot during this time with your stop and profit target here. Let's use it on this trigger. And it's going to take the trades for you and know exactly which bot to use. So that's really where we're headed with it. And we're really excited about it. We've been talking about it for a while. And what we've learned is without going too much into the minutia, there are times that the AI, that the ChatGPT gives us what they call hallucinations. 9 times out of 10, it'll be extremely accurate. But one out of 10 times, it'll come up with gibberish. That makes no sense. And we don't want to deliver something that potentially is not going to make sense. It's not based on reality. So that's been the holdup, and we're working on a solution, a workaround for that, to filter that type of nonsense out. But I hope that answers your question, David. Thanks for being transparent. Sure, absolutely. All right, everybody. I want to thank you again. And tomorrow we're going to do a live presentation at 1 o'clock, and we'll go a little bit deeper into the under the hood, so to speak, of the AI Auto Trader. Please, if you would, like my video on the way out. I kind of think of it as job security. I want to continue to be on YouTube every day. And ownership always looks at, hey, how many people are liking your video? So please like my video. I refer to it as my job security, unless you just don't want me coming back. All right. Thank you. Have a blessed day, everybody. God willing, we'll be back tomorrow. Have a great rest of your day. So long.